Latte, honey. Dad's getting a venti caramel latte. Big one, hon. 'Cause love is a masquerade. Da, 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 da. I'm partying all day today. I'm taking my little Daisy for a ride. I'll party with this coffee drink. To love the sign. Lonely Daisy break. Partying all day. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. Okay, Daisy. Sorry I can't get you a coffee. You know it's cold out, don't you, honey? Oh yeah, we take care of that, hon. Got the heater up, hon. Heater's on, hon. Heater's on, hon. Heater's on, honey. Let's see if this thing's working. The snow is sticking. I got to give it to the weatherman on this one. They called it perfectly. See, it's sticking to that telephone pole. I gotta set up this discount card in it. However they do it. How you doing?
Hi, you have the venti latte?
Yep.
Alright, $5.35.
Thank you.
Alright, there's that for you.
Thank you. Hey, Diane. Yeah, it is today. Yeah, snow is actually exactly how they forecast it. It must have got a little colder than they forecast, though, because it is sticking. But I see it's going to be 45 Wednesday. Cloudy tomorrow, but...
Alright, there's that for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Have a good day. She told me to have an amazing day, Daisy. Amazing day. How do you do that? Does anybody know? I was satisfied with just an average one. Bet that's why my tire's leaking. Clipping that damn curb coming out of there every morning. Hey Brenda, isn't that the truth? Sleigh bells ringing. That's no kidding. How are you? It's a little bit exciting though. Believe it or not. That sums up my life and my excitement. I'm excited over a half-inch of snow. I love Wisconsin. I almost built a house here southwest of Madison about 15 years ago. Daisy's great. Her hair's growing out so she's not shivering when I take her out in the morning. So it's working out perfect. She likes the snow, but not right first thing in the morning. Oh, ice on the pond. Oh, no kidding. Sunshine and crisp. You know, I jog my memory. There's a book I have. I read a long time ago, and it's the temperature of things and like the human body. And freezing, of course, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and how different things would be if those numbers were off. And why, like, mammals have evolved to a constant healthy temperature over the years. Interesting, really, when you think about it. And like in places like the Midwest, like Michigan and Wisconsin, if you look at the winter, when it starts to get cold, the winters and the springs would be so much different with just a couple of degree difference. I mean, look how many times you're on the verge of either snow or rain all winter long. It's not one or the other. And a couple differences in degrees, like permanently, would just change everything. Hey Bertha, how you doing? I was just brushing through that book I got on architecture and like the things that you don't know. And one of the things that I found when I was skimming through the book was, you see that fitting on the bottom of that light fixture right there? See the 4 bolts coming out of it? That's called a slip base. I just happened to run across that in the page and I read. It's called a slip base. And that's designed, you see them along the roads a lot, so that you hit it, it breaks off and it falls away from the direction of the object that struck it. So you don't have like a doubly bad day. You don't hit a pole and then it falls over and crushes you. Yeah, slip base they call it. I mean a safe base, I'm sorry. Yeah, easy to come down, that's right, yep. I'm double guessing myself. I think it's slip base. Yeah, it's slip base, yeah. So today will be an easy day. Yeah, the mall's pretty busy actually for Monday. A lot of cars out there. Chick-fil-A's killing it as usual. Chick-fil-A's got like 3 little cars with the Chick-fil-A logo and 1 van. I never realized they did that kind of delivery. I didn't realize people catered fast food. Nah, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to milk these out I don't have any weather to worry about on the way home. I have a set of winter-only tires. I'll put those on and just hope that it stays cold. I've had those a while anyway. Run them till the spring and just get all 4 new tires, and then I won't have tires laying around and none of that rotating stuff to worry about. And that's what I'm going to do. Just make my way home with these tires. Get the winter tires put on. I won't have anything to worry about through the winter other than wearing them out, but I've had them for a while anyway. And then I'll be fine till spring. I didn't feel like spending 4 hours at a tire shop anyway. But they nailed this forecast just like they said it was going to be. See, the snow stuck to the awnings on that Barnes & Noble. Nah, I don't have a destination for Christmas. Nah, I want to convert my master bedroom into a nice office. Hopefully I can stay home long enough to do it. I get antsy. I can't sit still and stay home long. I know I have that ADHD. I'm sure it just wasn't popular when I was a kid. He just called me a little bastard that couldn't sit still. Now it's a medical diagnosis. It's not all bad though. I'm not great at anything, but I think I do know about a lot of different subjects, and it's because of ADHD. So I'm getting tired of him making it look like you're just gonna turn out to be some loser if you have it. I don't give a shit about the holidays. I didn't like them as a kid, and I didn't like them as an adult, and even when I had girlfriends and wives, it was a pain in the ass. So I'm lucky that I can just sit home and watch Pornhub all night. Yeah, Astro vans are very hard to find. Be careful. If they're not maintained, they can cost you a bunch of money. I look all the time for a Astro van, and they're just, they haven't made them in forever. I think 2005 was the last year they made them. So, they're old vehicles, and they're, I'll tell you one thing, though, and the price keeps going up and up on them. The price keeps going up. I see they're getting more and more. I mean, you see them all over for $5,000 with 300,000 miles on them. It's crazy. In good shape. But they're bulletproof, really. I've got that Toyota Sienna van in my garage that I got. I didn't really even want it, but it was one owner from Georgia in good shape, but it's not all-wheel drive, and it just looks like a soccer mom van. And you never know, if the engine quit, I'd take the plate off and take a Uber home. So at least I'd have a plan B, because if you've got to have a vehicle right away, you're going to get screwed. You're going to get nailed at a car lot or by some piece of shit because you're tired of getting rides. So that's why I got it. But if somebody came up to me and said, hey, I've got this great Astro van and we just had a baby and we'd like more of a family van, man, I'd swap them in a heartbeat for an Astro van. And up where you live in Wisconsin, it's the winters are tough on them, so now that they're so old and with high mileage, I'd try and get one from a warmer climate if I could. Yeah, I mean, I've driven so many vehicles, motorhomes, boats, all sorts of stuff. Anybody ever needs a car driven somewhere, I'll do it. Just for expenses too, no charge. Not even dinners or any of that. Just gas and maybe one hotel. Maybe not even the hotel too, because on the way back I'd drive through city, so just gas, I guess. Maybe not even gas, tell you the truth. I'd probably pay that too. How about just the plane ticket to go get the car, the one way, and then I'll pay the rest. It's no problem. Hey Keisha, how you doing? I've driven motorhomes, Class A motorhomes, twice. Both times from Florida. The big ones, the Class A. You couldn't give me one of those damn things. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it's cool. The only thing I liked about it, it had like a king-size bed, huge bed in the back, and I thought it was cool pulling into rest stops, cracking open a beer, and hearing the sounds of trucks and cars going by, and just watching a TV on a big bed in a rest stop, and then falling asleep to the sounds of motors. I really liked it. But as far as the day-to-day driving, they're a pain in the ass. You wouldn't think you could run out of gas in a motorhome. Well, you ought to ride around one with me. If you're not like 100% comfortable in them, no gas station looks right. The roof's too low, it's too sharp of a turn, you'll never get out of there making a left, stuff like that. Before you know it, you're 500 miles down the road and the light's on, but you better get gas. And every gas station looks like something you're going to tear the roof off. No, I've never been to that Idle Park. What is that, Idle Park? Hey Diane, how you doing? And even though I like being on the road, you know, I've been this way my whole life. I don't like sleeping in vans and stuff. I just don't do it. It's a shitty night's sleep. That's why you see 18-wheelers in the back of hotels and motels, even when they have a sleeper sometime. There's nothing like sleeping in a bed. You can get away with it here and there. Or if you're broke, you have to, right? But sleeping in a vehicle sucks. You know, I was thinking of that driving through that railroad station last night. Now, today's a bad day, but I'm going to get some really good photos from the bridge of that railroad yard. The graffiti on those trains is just like crazy. You know, it is vandalism in my book. Oh, tell me how to get there then. I like the sounds of that already. Where is that where I can watch that 4 lanes of highway merge? I'd like to watch it when it was icy out. Well, how do I get to that place? This is a great town. I swear, I love this place. I think I'd even give Fort Wayne an edge to over Lexington. I think I would. I think it's my favorite city I've ever been in. I'm not shitting you. The people are so friendly. Oh, can't get over a girl. Yeah, wait till you get older. It's easy. When you're young, you know, your emotions and your hormones control the crazy thinking. You think it's like the love of your life and all that stupid shit. Then you come to your senses. Hey, Dolly. Yeah, I got my $6 coffee today. I'll tell you, you know, you learn a lot of things driving around. Like, I'll tell you, this is what I think, which isn't worth shit, I know, but I do get around a lot, and even if I'm a total idiot, you know, empirical observation, if you go to enough places enough times and you get a feel for things that are done right and things that are done wrong, you appreciate things that are done right. And I'll tell you, man, whoever the civil engineers are and the mayor of Fort Wayne, Indiana, they need to give them the biggest golden key in the world. This is such a beautiful place. Clean. Somebody wrote in the comments section today, you don't see bandos around Fort Wayne because they demolish them immediately. Even if you go in the old neighborhoods with the asbestos siding and the trailers that were made in 1950, they're nice and neat. And it's just a nice place. They got everything here. This big kick-ass road with, you could eat at a different restaurant at every day for a year. Mall. And a great, you call the police, they show up. You know, there's a chance if you were in Detroit and that bullshit, that happens all day long there and nobody does anything about it. A gun falling out of a guy's waistband is nothing. That's like all day long in Detroit. You call the cops, they don't even show up. There were 150 cop cars here in 5 minutes. That's a good sign. All you kooks out there that want to defund law enforcement, you lunatics. Wait till somebody's in a mall going crazy and see if you still want to do that. Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, it's an abandoned house. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, I was thinking that, you know, Maddie and Gerald were on the chat last night. I'm telling you, they're nice people. And people have got to know them. I think he said they have 10,000 subscribers. Good for him. Good for them. They're nice people. If Maddie and Gerald showed up, you know, people are always knocking Gerald. They have a typical relationship. Maddie was there before she knew. But if you had a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner and Maddie and Gerald showed up, and Becky showed up, and Marguerite, and Tassie, you would have the dinner of your life of fun. You'd be glad you invited them. It isn't some like relative that you wish you didn't have to invite or a neighbor that came over uninvited. People have got to know these people through these videos, and I'm glad they have, because it's not what you're thinking. Me either. I was along for the ride myself. It would be fun. Yeah, you'd have the best time in the world. You know, there's some married couples that I know on here that go down and they visit the girls and they drop them off at pumpkin pie and take them a heater. These are like typical suburban, like happily married couples that have made friends with Marguerite and Becky and Kathy, and they appreciate the relationship. It isn't just one-sided. It's just not good people doing nice things. They get a lot out of getting to know these people. It's a friendship. Yeah, programmer, man. That sucks. How old are you, programmer, if you don't mind me asking? How old are you? Because this has a lot to do with it. The point being is it gets a lot better as you get older. Yeah, I try and stick away from drama and stuff. That's a certain type personality. Oh, you're only 21. Yeah, well, I was the same way when I was your age. You'll outgrow it. Mary is single. Have you ever watched Summer of 42? Hey, Diamond Debbie, are you going on these other channels and interacting with these kooks that are trying to ruin mine? Like Debbie and Ollie, are you going on there and communicating with them? I thought you said you broke up with that guy. That's single. Would you get back together? Oh, she's on Ollie's? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, believe me, it's all... you're not going to believe this at your age. Oh, you just don't want to get married? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, Diamond Donna, so which channel are you going on? Which channel are you going on? And I already know the answer to this, but I want you to answer it. And what's your interest going over there and communicating with someone that way? I want to know what your interest is, why you do it. I mean, if you had a channel and somebody was on my channel and I knew they were constantly hassling you and making up lies and calling the police and starting rumors, I wouldn't allow them to be here. And I'm just wondering what you find attractive about communicating with those people. What is it that makes you go there? Yeah, why are you on Ollie's is the point. Why do you go over there? I mean, do you not know about this lady? Do you not listen to what she says on her chats about me? Jersey, I just don't have anything to do with. It's different. I don't think she's a troublemaker. Yeah, these... So the question is, why do you go on Ollie's channel? Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, good. At least they were on the same page then. Because I wouldn't have anything to do with somebody that was trying to ruin your life and cancel your channel. So I give you A+ for understanding this. But I'm going to block you. Good luck. Yeah, thank you, Abe. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, you have to have a major screw loose to have a relationship with this lady. I don't need to come up with reasons why, but it's enough for I don't want her around here. Hey, Mark, how you doing? No, anybody though. Like if I'm a friend with somebody, I mean, this is just the way I choose to live my life. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else or I'm a good guy or anything like that. But if I'm friends with like you guys and we're friends, you're never gonna catch me talking shit about them behind their back. And if I'm friends with them and somebody would, if I overheard somebody talking bad about them, I would straighten them out right then and there. I would defend them. I wouldn't just not want to get involved in something like that. It is just such a turnoff to find these people that are constantly playing both sides. And the answer is always the same. They respect what I do, but they never say anything negative about me. Yeah, maybe you don't, but you're on a channel that's done nothing but hassle and stalk me. And just by virtue of that alone, I don't want you around here. I mean, you guys know I'm not into the subs and the thumbs up and all this horse shit, the views, so they threatened to unsubscribe. Big deal. Yep, that's what I say. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Hey, John, where you been? Dolly's doing fine. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, where you been? Oh, hey Corey, how you doing? Canada, huh? All right. No, Dolly's husband's got COVID. Tested positive for COVID. Hey, Patricia. Diane, I'm glad you made a comment, because are you over on Ollie's channel or Debbie's channel? Are you still going over there and interacting with these people? Yes or no? I already know the answer to the question, but I want to get it from you. Are you still going on Debbie's or Ollie's channels and interacting? Hey Deanna, how you doing? Oh, Alberta, okay. So you're not making comments over there, you're saying? Hey V-Fly, how you doing? What part of New York? Isn't that a great song, Mark? Yeah, I think so too. Now that was a version when he was older. I wish I had a younger version, but it's good enough. Yeah, super good talent, you know. Interesting guy. Lady Blue's my favorite one. Well, I ask you this, Diane, because you know how I feel about that, and I asked you about this the other day, and you said that you're not on there. And I've got screenshots of you making comments on there since we talked. Bird is the word. Yeah, I like that other song where he talks about being on a tightrope. Yeah, I'd like to, V-Fly. Where are you located exactly? Yeah, what part of New York? What city? Okay, there's somebody moving on this shitty day. What fun. Diane, I gotta let you go. I just don't feel comfortably having you around here. We got a good group of people, and I think you're either a troublemaker or phony, or a backstabber, or maybe all three. So even though you come on here and you try and refute, I just caught you lying, which is even a fourth aspect to feeling comfortable about blocking you. So hey, I don't wish any ill will against you, but have fun over on Debbie's and Ollie's channel, because I'm gonna block you right now. Don't blame me, blame yourself. And hopefully any kids that you've raised, they don't turn out to be chronic liars because it was an okay thing to do in the household. So best of luck to you. But you're getting bye-bye now. You're going bye-bye, Diane. No, you know, I don't, yeah, I've been all over Canada. I love Canada. Yep. There's another one that can go start a hate channel. Hello, Adam. What's the problem? Oh, you're nothing but troublemakers. Yeah, just weird, miserable people. Their number one enemy is success. Yeah, you damn right. Well, it's the old, adage. You ever watch a cat play with a mouse before he kills it? I knew Diane was lying, and I just gave her a chance to do it again. Look, this is, I try not to be an asshole. This isn't like some big, great channel that, you're lucky to be a part of. It's not anything like that at all. If anything, I think I'm pretty lax on giving people another chance. But if you're over on a channel that's constantly talking shit about me, calling up the police and making up lies, calling my neighbors, calling me a rapist and a killer, you can get the fuck out of here. Yeah, even though you don't make, and their rebuttal to it is, well, I never make any comments. No, you don't, but you're reading them all, and you're going back on there, and you're a part of a loser channel like that. So why don't you just stay over there and stay out of here? Yeah, I don't really have a problem with Jules. I just don't want anything to do with her. She was going on Debbie's channel and subscribing to channels that do nothing but talk shit about me, so I just told her, you know what, I don't really want you around anymore. But I'm glad you told me that, because yeah, I think I appreciate you telling me that. Yeah, she probably should not be a moderator over here. I mean, anybody that thinks that's okay to do. And of course, you don't need permission to like use my name in your videos. And when somebody, keeps doing it, and I'm not behind them like I am with Lost Souls, I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, you're right, Corey. Yeah. Hey Jeff, how you doing? Yeah, I get rid of the drama, yeah. No, I get rid of it as soon as I find out about it. Try to, anyway. It's always the same answer from everybody that gets busted. Look, it's up to anybody's business what channel they want to go to, what you want to interact. That's fine, I get that, right? I'm just saying that when you're on a channel and you're interacting with someone that you know does nothing but cause me trouble, and I find out about it, I don't want you on this channel. Simple as that. This isn't brain surgery. This is a private channel that has public access. I don't want you around. I mean, where are people struggling with this? Go over to those channels and chat over there. It just speaks volumes about a personality type, which I try and avoid like the plague. Well, feathered friends, if you look at the theory of of successful channel, see, that's why I think I'm free, because I don't need to whore myself out for views or subscribers or any of that. I could just call it like I see it. I'm not trying to like build up some big money-making empire and sell shitty-looking T-shirts and coffee cups for $45. So when I see these assholes, it's a pleasure getting rid of them. Yeah. Well, like I've said before, if they were my neighbor or I was a coworker, you'd have to listen to this bullshit and act like you like them, even if you didn't, just to make peace. But on a YouTube channel, I don't. That's the beauty of it all, man. You can just not have anything to do with these people at the click of a mouse. It's beautiful. You know, if they charged me $50 a person to block and delete people, I'd happily pay it. Worth every damn dime. Because in any other facet of life, you just have to put up with this horse shit. Yeah, I mean, these people, I guarantee you, if you looked into the people that I block and ban and get rid of, they've had problems their whole lives. They're in their 50s living with their mother. They're living with their grandparents in their 30s and 40s. They can't hold jobs. It's one banana peel after another. It's one thing helping somebody out. It's another thing that someone their entire life, from teenager to the day they die, is nothing but missed opportunities, gloom and doom, drama and troublemaking, interrupted occasionally by getting high. I'm all for helping people, but some of these people I avoid like the plague. They're where they're at because of the way they think, and nothing's going to change that. Yeah, no drama. Yep, that's right. Yeah, and Emily, sometimes I think about it. I think, sometimes maybe they're just not capable of change. Real low IQs. What excites them is scamming somebody, getting some stimulus money they don't deserve, getting the government to pay for their housing, and getting ostracized by all their relatives, getting their kids taken away. They're just bad people that you want to avoid. If you were an adult and you had children and they went to school with kids that had this same behavior some of these adults have, you would demand that they never hang around with them again, because you want the best for your kids. You want them to have some etiquette, some tact. You want them to become educated, to have good social skills. You don't want them hanging around these shitbag troublemakers. It's a lost cause. The plans for today, hey Kat. Plans for today is plans for every day. Finish this venti latte. I'm gonna eat another potbelly sub. There's somebody that lives about 45 miles away from here that has been taking care of a bunch of old people, and they're bored and they want to get out, so I would buy them lunch if they're around. Then this Barnes and Noble's not that great, small. Probably go over there. I was hoping they were wrong on the snow. I was either hoping we didn't get any snow or we got a lot, because I'll tell you this is just my opinion. But when you can get to a rail yard where the trains are lined up like 40 tracks next to each other, and the cars are sitting there, and you get some snow on the top, you have that black train cars and that white fresh snow on the top, and they're all lined up like centipedes. I used to go up on top of the Sears Tower after a big snow in Chicago if it wasn't cloudy. And if you look back at my old photography, those are some of my best shots, I think. You just see like lines and lines of trains, and you got this beautiful white snow and this industrial looking metal. It's just beautiful. But today it's like not that great. I'm hoping tomorrow will be okay, and I know it's going to be 45 and sunny. So to answer your question, my plans today, it's the plans like every day. Party! Yeah, it's hard to get good contrast. If you notice, I'm like, I take photos. I've been this way since a kid, really. I like railroad tracks. I like doors, believe it or not. I like just random doors. I like stairwells. The railroad tracks, they have it all. If you look at some of those photos I took last night, you can see where the light's shining off the rail. And it's kind of poorly lit and grainy, and it's just like so industrial, and it's all man-made stuff. It's just So cool to me. I mean, even steel mills look nice at night. Zug Island's beautiful at night. Coming into Chicago, when you go by, when you cover the bridge, Skyway Bridge, looking down there, you see all that industry, just killer. If you're into black and white photography, which I don't do too much anymore, go to Gary, Indiana. It's just killer, man. Fantastic. Yeah, a little bit of snow. Yeah. My guess is that it's a couple degrees colder than they thought it was going to be. Because it's sticking on things. See this telephone pole? Sticking wires and stuff. Yeah, I like the sounds of trains. Hey, Eric. Yeah, so at least I have a... See, if I was home right now, I got 1 million packages delivered. It's not a big deal. So I get home. I didn't even plan on being this long. You guys are gonna laugh, but I got like this vintage leather gym bag that you would have if you went to the gym. That's all my clothes, and I didn't have enough room to put my toiletries in, so I carried around in a garbage bag. Total hillbilly. Yeah, John, honestly, the good cameras take good photos. Anybody that's into photography, if you really like it and you want to have good images, even ones you could sell, even if you got to put it on your credit card, it's worth it. Get a Nikon D850. I'm a big Nikon fan. The used stuff sells for almost what the new stuff goes for. It holds its value. Their optics are killer. And you look at the Nikon D850, which is getting to be kind of an older camera now. They're still selling for top buck. I mean, it's a fantastic camera. I'm not kidding you. I haven't taken one photo, not one, on the manual mode. Yeah, I love railroad tracks. Oh, someone using their thumbnail? I don't doubt that. Yeah, I gotta check this guy out. People keep bringing him up. Yeah, I gotta do that. So I'll get a Potbelly sub. I should get one of these Chick-fil-A. You know, it just doesn't excite me getting a chicken sandwich. I don't care how good it is. And I sure as hell am not waiting in line for one. No, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Happily. Oh, but what I was saying, like, I get back home, turn on the heat, start washing my laundry, start unpackaging my packages, take a couple hours, look around at all the shit I got to do, and then Michigan's basically shut down till the 9th. So here I am up in West Branch, Michigan. Can't even get anything to eat after like 9 o'clock. Only decent hamburger within 100 miles is Culver's, and you get sick of those. So I get home, nothing to do. Get a Culver's. Maybe fill up my bird feeder. And here I am sitting there with nothing to do and nothing open. I've named every squirrel and blackbird and sparrow that's flown by in the last 100 years. So I'm just sitting there. I got my cable turned off because they wanted $125 and I don't watch it anyway. So I've got nothing new. Like here, you know, I wish it wouldn't have happened, but like that crap that happened Friday here, you never know what's going to happen here. It's like, you never know. I'm not going to get a motorcycle driving down the road after Thanksgiving that I'm going to be able to put Rolling Stones music to. I'm getting to know the people at the place I'm staying. I eat out at good places. even though it's not the greatest Barnes & Noble, so it doesn't make sense for me to go home. I got the best room, which is good enough for me, $42 a night. I mean, why would I go home to just like play Russian roulette? Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is if you like bookstores, they got another bookstore here. It's called Half Price Book. I bought Mary the other day, Great Lakes Pictorial Book of Indians, $6. It's not the greatest book, but it's pretty cool. I wish they had. There's different sizes of Barnes and Noble. It's like that with everything. Myers, Walmart, they're different. Yeah, I mean, new books are expensive, but when you go in, the Books A Million in Indianapolis was great. Not as good as a Barnes and Noble, but very nice. Wasn't that different than a Barnes and Noble. Now they've got this half book something here. Half price book. And you go in there and like you spend 5 hours and you don't see one book that's worth a shit. It's like the discounted books at Barnes and Noble. You go over there and think, oh wow, I can get this great book for $7. No, you can't. No, you can't. You may get lucky here and there, but these low end bookstores, you spend all day in there and you won't even run into one book that you want to buy, unless you're into fiction and soft cover and that kind of stuff. Barnes and Noble is expensive. This is the way I do my Barnes and Noble. I want to keep them in business, and I've noticed that you just can't be one of these people that bitch about everybody going out of business and then buy everything online. So I am a Barnes & Noble subscriber, and this is how I do it. I'll go into Barnes & Noble. If it's a new release, a new science book or something, you're not going to get that cheaper anywhere. Plus you get 10%, right? So even though it is a lot, and 6 months from now I can get it cheaper, I will buy that book because I want to keep them in business. So new releases, recent publications, I bend over and I pay it. But on an older book, one that's been out, even though it's brand new, if I go into the science section and there's a book, let's say on meteors, and I look at the publishing date and it's 8 years old and they want $29 for it, and I look on eBay or Amazon and I can get it $5 for free shipping, I order $5 for free shipping. So I'm not a saint when it comes to buying everything, but that's how I do it. The stores is so much fun. Yeah, you're right. But if you're someone, and with this current economy, and you just I see people in there sometimes with like kids, and they'll have like 20 books and they're in the checkout line, and I think to myself, how do you afford this? No, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Nope. Yeah, Fort Wayne, Indiana, king of the town. Yeah, that's right, Ace. Yep. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, but it was, there wasn't any shot or anything like that. But you got to give it to the Fort Wayne police and fire department and everybody else around here. They were Johnny on the spot. No dicking around. I felt bad for the waitresses at P.F. Chang's. Everybody walked out without paying. I mean, what are you going to do? You're halfway through. Everybody says there's some crazy in the mall, so you leave. But here, P.F. Chang's was busy as hell. That bullshit goes down, and everybody leaves, and you've got all this food you're not going to get paid for, all these dishes you got to clean, and nobody makes any money. It's sad. Oh, hi, Oriana. I mean, it's supposed to be your biggest night of the year as a waitress. Black Friday, and it gets canceled because of some nut job. Yeah, I just feel bad for people. You know, waiters, they don't make anything anyway. They got to claim their tips. Then you got to share your tips with the busboy and the dishwasher and all that, which, you know, it's fine. But it's not like the old days where, you know, waitresses made more money than people with legitimate careers. Now it's like hit or miss, mostly miss. 50% occupancy. It seems busy because half the tables people aren't allowed to sit at. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Hey, Johnny. That's why I give extra tips on these trips, because I feel like I know they're struggling. You know, there's lots of people going to work now, going in the hole as food servers. They go into it's a losing proposition to go into work, but like a lot of bullshit, a marriage, a job, whatever, you keep waiting for things to turn around and it may not ever happen. Excuse me. Call the FBI. Just sneezed without a mask. They are lucky. Yeah, it's about the only way you can make it now is to be illegal. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you know how it is, Eric. Look at yourself. You got all this experience, all this knowledge, and you're laid off. You know, Dolly's got a son that's a U of M grad, got a full ride scholarship for academics. He's been laid off. I mean, this is the state of the economy, man. You're a good student from kindergarten on. You got a degree from the University of Michigan. You got an academic scholarship, which is damn near impossible to get, and you're unemployed. This is how it is out there, people. Unless you're like a nurse or a doctor or something that requires licensing that they're desperate for, it's tough. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is, man. I mean, when the only way you can make it is by skimming under the table, that just speaks volumes about the current state of affairs. Oh, really, Johnny? They wouldn't let you work at home. Yeah, that is just like, it's unbelievable. It's just, let me tell you, man, you guys know this. You know, I'm out here checking this stuff out. This is how it is. You know, I just went out to Montana and back. Now I'm down here. I was down in Kentucky. I'm telling you, the economy is heading towards third world. You know, I got in the tail end of the money days. You got people like Dolly, a therapist, Mary, a nurse, but all this other stuff, they're just, you know, this healthcare crisis there is in demand. But all this like a joke of a degree I have, criminal justice. I mean, these people are all in trouble. Yeah, I got a big problem with these people with criminal records. And you know, the theory behind punishment is that you pay your debt to society. Yeah, fines, community service, time in jail or prison, probation, parole. Okay, yeah, I get it, right? Now, if you talk to someone that doesn't understand the system, they want everybody to come out with a PhD after they got out a 30-year prison sentence. That's not the theory of the criminal justice system in the United States. If you talk to a prosecutor, prison and jail is for punishment. We're not going to give you a degree, new teeth, and turn you into a bodybuilder. Now, the caveat to that is that's all great, okay? But what does society do with these people when they get out? We get stuck with them. You end up paying for it one way or the other. So this notion that you have a criminal record and you've done all your requirements and they're still hassling you 15 years later because of something that you paid your debt to society to, I got a big problem with. It's not fair. It's a never-ending sentence. And if you've got 100 people applying for a job and 99 of them don't have a criminal history, why would you hire the one that did? I mean, they're just screwed every which way possible. Well, that's the way it should. That's the way it should be, Naya. Yeah, that's the way it ought to be. It's a bad spiral, yeah. I mean, you just got thousands of people out there that cannot find work because there's no jobs. You know, Eric's is a little different because of this COVID horse shit. I mean, this COVID is worse than like anything, man. At least the economy's stimulated when you have like a conflict, war. You're building shit, and, you know, a lot of people are leaving and you're replacing them. This is like worse than that. Everything's shut down and nobody's leaving and nobody's working. I don't think it's right either, George. I don't think it is either. I don't think it's right either. I mean, when I was like young, you could get jobs, full benefits, retirement. They'd even pay your college tuition. That sounds like something somebody'd be saying drunk in a bar nowadays. If they were talking about that, you'd think they were just drunk and didn't know what they were talking about. Paying your college tuition. Now you can't afford to go to college. You never pay off your debt. You can't find a job. Retirement's like an abstract fantasy. I mean, it's so upside down, it's ridiculous. Yeah, masks are mandatory here. Well, Diane, it's funny you should bring that up because there's a couple cases in courts right now where law schools are getting sued for lying about the employment rate after graduation. You know, I got accepted into a couple law schools over the years, but honestly, I don't think I could have hacked it. I'm like the world's shittiest student, and that's just not something you can bullshit your way through. So I never did it because I felt that I'd probably flunk. But when I was trying to get into law schools, I mean, I had like not that good grades and the so-so LSAT score, and you know, I get into these bullshit places and they'd act like, you know, they'd given me the world because I got accepted. But it was hard. You had to kiss a lot of asses, these recommendation letters and all this bullshit. Well, now I get solicited from these law schools. They're even trying to get my old ass to go. And they'll let me in, no problem. They got all sorts of programs where we'll see how you do. We don't have any old people like you in class. We'll give you half off. You got to go in a town of 200 and defend people for free for 2 years. I mean, there are more plans to get marginal students like me into law school now than you ever imagined in your life. Toledo actually has a decent law school, not a great one, but okay. And I get I even get phone calls from them if I reconsidered going to law school there. Where back in the day, I'd be down there begging them to give me a chance. So these law schools are in big, huge trouble. Even some of the Ivy League schools, University of Michigan has cut their admission down for the amount of people they allow in a class. It's so different. In the old days of getting the Ivy League degree and guaranteed a job is over. If you listen to that interview I did with that kid from Yale in Toledo, he's got friends that are seniors that haven't been able to find a job in a year. That's a degree from Yale. Yeah, Johnny, yeah. In a lot of ways it is, yep. You know, there was a time, I know like 30 years ago, I know an occupational therapist, and I knew a nurse that had to go through bullshit to be able to practice their profession because of past mental health issues. I'm talking about just every old day depression. They weren't on top of the Sears Tower with a Molotov cocktail. They were just suffered from depression, and they had to go through all sorts of bullshit to be able to work in their professions. I don't think it's like that anymore. In a way, it kind of seems that being treated for depression is like kind of a badge of honor in some of these professions. I'll bet you in a place like Madison, Wisconsin, I bet you'd like get Person of the Year if you'd been in a psychiatric hospital. I mean, it's not like it was. Yeah. Barnes and Noble. Hey, Shannon. Yeah, I got a buddy that's a physician in a hospital. They got to wear double masks. They got to wear double masks. Now, don't get too into this chat we're having, because you can go over to one of the other channels and talk about me murdering girls as I travel and being on the run. Doesn't that sound fun? What an intellectual conversation. Oh, good for you, Shannon. Yeah, it is, Nicole. You're right about that. Yep. Culinary school is expensive. No, we got it, John. No, I got it. Oh, really, John? No kidding. You know, they were thinking about opening a season up on Sandhill Cranes in Michigan. Oh, we missed you, Mary. I thought you were in deep thought. Anybody I know, and I know there are success stories, but anybody I know that went to culinary arts school ended up working at a Lone Star Steakhouse or something. I don't know I don't know whether it's marketing or whether people watch these shows on TV. I don't know what, I don't get this culinary arts thing. You know how these colleges charge so much for that. Even Traverse City, Northern Michigan College, charges up the ass for a culinary arts degree. I mean, what am I missing here, Eric? You know, if I wanted to be a chef, I think I'd just, work for $10 an hour and work like a slave to learn the trade. I don't think I'd be getting some degree in it. They're crazy. I mean, Eric, look at all your experience, all the people you cook for. I mean, there's a chance a year from now you could be known for the best BLT in Michigan. And that's depressing. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you did. You sure did. Yep. Oh, good for you. But in a nutshell, in just in the fewest words as you can muster, what what is it that culinary art school offers? What's the biggest golden nugget that comes to mind that you wouldn't have learned otherwise, including on the job training? That's what I need to know. Thank you, Dolly. Yeah, glass half full. Thank you. Hey, Sharon. And I'm not talking about just an average BLT. How you doing, Sharon? Okay. All right. I only like it if the bacon's extra crispy. I got a good one in that Williamston, Kentucky. Beans Cafe. About an hour north of Lexington. Beans Cafe. If you guys are going down I-75 to Florida or wherever, stop at Beans Cafe. I'm not kidding you. It's excellent. It's like something you'd think you'd run into in New York City. Oh, really, Sharon? No kidding. Do you do the fat-free mayonnaise, Mary? Oh, I never went to a Schlotsky's. That's decent, huh? Huh. Yeah, me too. Oh, the olive oil mayo, yeah, that's good. That's cool. I like that's how they. Glad I lived long enough to get these variations in food. Most of my life, it's either you had mayo or you didn't. Now you can get Cajun mayo, olive oil mayo, you name it, man. Yeah, I don't like turkey that much. Dry ass old bird. Yeah, I don't like sourdough bread. I don't like Texas toast either. I'm not a big breakfast guy, but we got that Paul Bunyan's or whatever the hell it is in West Branch. There's a Paul Bunyan statue out front. I don't know if that's the name of it or not. The breakfasts are good, but all they have is that crappy Texas toast. I don't want a half a loaf of bread to dip it in my eggs. I want just a regular piece of bread. That's one bitch I got a little bit of at King Gyrocopter, whatever you call it. No matter how you say it, someone's going to say you're saying it wrong. I heard it's Mexicans own it. I heard him call it gyro, so that's what I'm going to go with. But I don't like their pita bread that much. It's something not right, and almost like it seems like a hybrid pancake. Eric, I asked that you call them up today and tell them to change the ingredients. I want my pita bread with burn marks in it. I don't want just some like warmed pancake looking thing. Pierogies are good. Hero. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I eat them. Looks like dog food though. It's shaved thin. Hey Penny. Hey BJ. You all straightened away with your accounts and your names and all that? Everything working out okay? Euro. Yeah. It's a great way to start an argument. Just call it gyro on a chat and it's off to the races. No, I didn't see it. Let me scroll back. Let me look back here. Miracle Whip. Okay. I learned that there is always a cook that is better, smarter, and faster. Oh, really? It's like that, huh? Oh, okay, good. Oh, that's cool. I'm from West Branch, Michigan. Sharon, have you talked to Rodney lately? Good for you, Mary. Oh, okay. How's he doing? Well, you like Michigan, Patricia. Yeah, everything's good. I just haven't heard from him in a while. Oh, Dyer, Indiana. Yeah, I've been there a lot. Well, I like Toledo. It's too bad all the Red Wells roast beef restaurants closed. Hey, is there anybody on here from Fort Wayne now? I can't remember if the Potbelly subs is if I go left or right. This is my decision for today. Gayro. That Greek place near you, Lana, sucks. And that little strip mall down from the Gardner White, where that cop sits with his radar gun all day long. It's on the east side in that little plaza. It sucks. Yeah, most of them are closed. They used to have a place called ML Cafeteria too that was good. Kind of like Beef Carver. Yeah, share a link. Yeah, do it. Yep, go ahead. It shows you companies, you got to be progressive. It's why places go out of business. Pizza Hut's next. It's why Big Boys is on the ropes. You got to change with the market, and they didn't do it. They're the same now as they were when they first opened up. You got to do Bill Knapp's, home of the poison salad bar, E. coli. You got to change with society. Oh, great, Patricia. You too, Kat. Hey, Stacy. Yeah, Pizza Hut sucks. I used to like it. You know, they were the only game in town, thin crust, for years. You know, the thin crust has more calories than the thick. It's snowing pretty good now. Bye, Diana. See you, Amanda. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some of that. I'll send you some of that tartar sauce when I get home. I don't think it's that. I think it did something to your mind. Because I think they use cheap ingredients there. Their strawberry pie is like the cheapest pie ever made. That nasty fake red gel gooped with half-ripe strawberries. I just feel like throwing it out the window when I see one. It has more. I'm not really sure on them. My guess is butter makes it crusty or thin. I don't know. I'm not sure on that. You're thinking it's just the same bread, only thinner. It's not. It's a different ingredient. Eric probably knows that. Eric, why does the thin crust have more calories than the thick? I'm not saying in every single instance, but I know it was that way at Pizza Hut at one time. I think everything at Big Boy sucks, other than the one in West Branch, and it's because they still deep fry their onion rings in lard. If you're a Muslim from Dearborn, I suggest you go across the street. Yeah, those pies are gross. Yeah, here it's just light snow, you know, it's no big deal. Nah, it sucks. I don't really like any of those Detroit pizzas. The best pizza you'll ever eat in your life, I told you this, Eric, is at Major Tomato in Allen Park. I guarantee it. Anybody down around Detroit, if you're a pizza buff, I'll pay for your bill if you don't agree with me. The best pizza you'll ever have in your life. They only have one location, I think, and it's to go only. Major Tomato in Allen Park, Michigan. I'm not shitting you. Yeah, it's the best pizza. Ask Dolly. Ask Dolly. Dolly, what'd you think of the Major Tomato pizza? Oh, there you go. See, yeah, it's unbelievably good pizza. You know how when you get something really good and you're full and you keep eating? Major Tomato pizza is so good. You get a large. You eat most of it yourself. You get pissy when somebody tries to grab a piece. And on the way home, it'll be gone before you pull in the driveway. It's that kind of good pizza. It's a major, M-A-J-O-R. It's a pain in the ass. It's that, you know, angled parking on Allen Road. It's a pain in the ass. It sucks getting things to go, but it's worth every minute of it. I don't like Buddy's. I don't like any of the pizzas down around Detroit. There's some place in Greektown that they make their own dough, supposedly good, but it's a nightmare to park there. And as I get older, I don't want to leave Daisy in the van anymore. I used to think nothing of it, but I don't want to do that anymore. There's too many crazies in there breaking into your van to like steal your change, and then the dog gets out. Fuck that. Yeah, Major Tomato. No, Allen Road. Allen Road. Yeah, I don't like Buddy's Pizza. I don't like Buddy's. I remember my dad telling me to go there when I was a teenager. The original one's on 6 Mile and Conant. And I remember thinking, this pizza sucks. Why'd you tell me to go here, Dad? The best pizza I had used to be at Pepina's in Lincoln Park, Michigan. Lana, did you ever get one of those? Pepina's Pizza before it burned down? Wow. Yeah, Little Caesar's Pizza sucks. Domino's sucks. Papa John's sucks. Happy Pizza, that's the worst shit ever. Yeah, they buy it because it's cheap. That's exactly it. You can get 2 pizzas the size of the top of a garbage can lid for $10. Yeah, I live downtown Chicago, and once in a while I get that deep dish Giordano's, or Giardelli's, or whatever the hell they call it. That was good, but only like once a year. I don't want to have a snow shovel to keep from wearing it. You know, I want to just grab a piece. I don't want to have to cart around a fork and a knife and a plate. I want to grab a piece out of the box, while I'm watching sports. I don't want to have to like wear a painter's outfit to eat it. No, pizza can never had that. No, I never had golden crust. Oh, really? Thank you, Huntington News. That's a good idea. Yeah, Allen Road. No, it's the best pizza. If this is my guarantee on any recommendation I make, if anybody goes to a place I recommend and you don't like it, I pay the bill. And I'm not just saying it's good. I'm saying it's the best pizza you'll have ever eaten. That's how I stand by these places. I could be wrong. You could like something I don't, blah, blah, blah. But I'm batting 1,000 on Major Tomato. If you're bored today, just drive down there and get one. Just drive down there and get one, Eric. Plus, you're a culinary arts guy. You're going to, be analyzing the box and the cheese and the way the mushroom sits on the top and all that horse shit. So this could be a big day for you. Yeah, I'm not a big calzone fan. I don't like that. I don't like... once in a while I'll get a pepperoni roll, but only if it's at a legit Dago place and it's warm. Hungry Howie's laugh, but it's not bad. I give them an A+ for their Cajun crust. If you really look at a Hungry Howie's, though, check that thing out next time you open it. You could get triple cheese on the thing, and there's still not much cheese. And if you get a Hungry Howie's when it's really hot, and you're like really hungry, and you grab a piece, that cheese will slide right off the top onto your shirt. I've done it about 3 times. It's impossible to eat driving down the road hot. And it sucks cold. That's another good thing about Major Tomato is it's good cold. That's the ultimate litmus test on good pizza. Look at a Domino's pizza after it's been out a while. It's just like I've watched birds land and take a look at it and think to themselves, that's a Domino's pizza, and they just took off again. Yeah, the next morning, yeah, I don't even know. There's a place in West Palm Beach I used to go to get Jamaican food. And I don't even know. I haven't had Jamaica food probably since I left there. It's great. I forget what's that spicy stuff? That jerk chicken. Yeah, excellent. Oh, I never had that, Stacy. Huh. Oh, really, Laura? Well, Chicago pizza is a broad range of, what it is. Look up Giordano's website. It's popular pizza. There's these crazies that get Giordano's pizza sent to them in Italy and Florida, and they get it overnighted and all sorts of crazy shit. I used to get a seafood deep dish once in a while. You got 2 Mexicans holding it on each side. It's so huge when they deliver it. Even a small weighs like 19 pounds. They've got to be about $35 now for a seafood pizza. It's good. It's not all that cheap imitation crab bullshit. Really good sauce, cheese. But you eat one piece of it and you're already full. Once in a while I get it, but to order like 10 or 20 pizzas a year, I wasn't into the Chicago pizza. There's a Lou Malnati's that was right down the street from me. Everybody raves about that. I thought it was okay. It's nothing like Major Tomato. Good food is subjective. If I like spinach and you don't, you're not going to like a spinach pizza no matter where I get it. So you got to take opinions with a grain of salt. No, white clam sauce is excellent. It's funny you should say that, because that's why I got shrimp scampi the other day at Olive Garden, because I really wanted some like white clam sauce, which it really isn't. But if anybody knows where I can get white clam sauce pasta with real clams, none of this Aldi bullshit, I don't care how much it is, tell me where to go. Speaking of Aldi's, Eric, I don't know if you've done this, but you're never going to find a better deal on scallops in your life. $9.99 for a 12-ounce bag of scallops. They're huge too. Deep fry them in olive oil. So damn good. Yeah, I think it's different spices. I think it's different spices, Patricia. If you blindfolded me, I could tell you the difference between the two. So I don't know whether it's... Eric probably know that. I think the difference is if you have your green card or not. It's if they got a green card, it's jerk chicken. If they don't, it's curry. All right, Eric. You get that major tomato and treat yourself today. Actually, do you have a PayPal, Eric? Give me your PayPal address. I'll pay for your major tomato pizza, because I know you're laid off and, you know, it's not enough to live on. My treat, no problem. Get the biggest one they have, too, so you can do the taste test tomorrow morning. Yeah, white clam sauce. I mean, I'm not, you know, it probably is easy to make, but I'm too lazy. Oh, okay, Dan, that's all right. Yeah, John, yeah, you know what I'm talking about then. Everybody thinks because you're from Chicago, like you're eating pizza every day. Wasn't that great? And I said this P.F. Chang's here is okay. Like, if you look at my pictures of my Kung Pao shrimp, the idea of a chain is consistency. In every P.F. Chang's I go to, it's different looking. So is the way that they do the braised Brussels sprouts. This P.F. Chang's was okay. I don't think I'd go back there. The one in Indy was great. But, you know, I don't want when I want something, I don't want it to be like an experiment. Hey, Mary, somebody asked that question the other day. I'm kind of curious about that myself. Is that just like nomenclature that was created through having a couple too many beers? I mean, is this super spreader? I've never heard of this. This is like something you'd buy for grass seed. Is this just some lingo that cropped up because people think one person gave it to a bunch of people? I mean, I thought either you have it or you don't, and if you have it and you meet the criteria and you give it to people, but super spreader seems like an oxymoron, kind of like jumbo shrimp. Some shrimp are larger than others. That doesn't make them jumbo. No, I never had Hunter's Barbecue. I never had that. Yeah. Thanks, Dolly. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I notice as I get older, I eat less spices. You know, anybody out there, I know people like look through channels. I know they look through them, which is how I get the screenshots of the people that are belonging and interacting in channels that do nothing but cause me trouble. So here's the $50,000 question today. Does anybody know of this? Is this Jersey Jules Are they out there talking shit about me? Or are they just running their own channel? Because if they are, that's not going to be good for a couple people in the chat. But I don't know this for sure, which is why I'm asking. Anybody know the answer to that question? Oh, she does. Oh, thank you. Well, Diane Santos, you know what this means, don't you? Nah, I just got 2 screenshots of a video she put out about me. Yeah, they got a hell of a following, John. Oh, okay, Feather Friends. Right, Feather Friends, yep. Yeah, because they're crazy and they have no lives. Oh, okay. Oh, congratulations, Corey. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, like I said, it's not the end of the world. It's just I don't want people over here that are over there if they're bad-mouthing me. I mean, they can go over there. Yeah, Jersey with Jules. Yeah, they can go over there and belong to their chat. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate. Now, I already got a couple screenshots of her. I guess of her doing a video about me. So I did nothing but try to help them. Yeah, Lost Soul's great. Yep, 100% behind her. Yep. She's no nonsense, good person, not a backstrapper. She's not subscribing to people that do nothing but badmouth me and interacting in channels that do. Oh, well, thank you. Well, I mean, I try and tell it like it is, you know. I mean, I got my faults, but yeah, we don't want that conflict. You know, we're trying to keep it a chat where you're not a lifelong loser. Yeah, right. Chats are fun. Yeah. Yeah, she's a nice person. Yep. You got a new picture there, Laura, huh? Good. Looks good. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Oh yeah, I got it right here. No, I'm fine with her putting her name in. I don't care. That's no problem. I just think that people that use someone's name in their line of their videos is strange when the person whose name they're using isn't supportive of it. You notice nobody's putting Frank Nitti in the title, or Craw Craw Debbie, or Jersey Jules. They're not putting that in their title. Why? Because they want to have a successful channel. Yeah, they can't do anything. That's right, R&R. Yeah, they can't do anything. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there with good intentions. I mean, I'm not really into like music and stuff, but I'm all for Carrie Westbase, a good person, struggling, trying to make it. You guys know, I mean, anybody that wants to promote their channel, I'm fine with. And when I find out you're subscribing to channels that do nothing but hassle me, and when you're subscribing to people that do nothing but badmouth me on these channels, I don't want you around here. I can't make it any simpler. I can't dumb it down anymore. Jessie learned this with Ollie. I tried to tell her that Ollie was nothing but a conniving dirtbag, and she didn't believe me. In a way, I get it. She was starting a channel, but it bit her in the ass. Yeah, I hope Sarah's not sick. I don't really know. I haven't talked to Kelly in a long time. The truth of the matter is, I mean, I've tried helping Kelly out too. I mean, I understand her predicament, but she turned off a lot of people with some of the videos she made, and I don't think there's any going back. So, everybody wants to know who I can help. Have you seen so-and-so? Next time you're down there, could you drop this off? That kind of thing. But it's slim pickings with Kelly, and it's because of the videos she's done. Oh, I hope not. Oh, that's too bad. No, she will probably never understand it. Look, Survivor Girl, I guess she has cancer. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I really wish the best for her, but I don't want her on this channel for a lot of reasons. I don't want to talk a bunch of shit about people when they can't come on there and defend themselves, but I think I made the right decision. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. There's something really off with her. Somebody told me that Debbie is really Roy Orbison and that he didn't die. Okay, well, it's terrible. I mean, I would hope the best for anybody that gets anything like that. I mean, just because you don't want somebody on your channel doesn't mean that you're glad they have cancer. At least I don't. I mean, I feel bad for her. I hope she beats it. I do, but that's not the reason why she's not welcomed here. It's apples and oranges. Her cancer has nothing to do with the other part. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mary. Yeah, thank you. That's the Righteous Brothers. That's the Righteous Brothers. I can't lose it because I never had it. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yep. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Oh, I do. I haven't heard her in a couple days. No, no. I'm gonna try and get a hold of her today. Oh, really, Laura? Have Maddie and Gerald check on her. I mean, they're a stone's throw away. Now, I'll tell you, man, I mean, even though, we're not best friends, I mean, I really don't like the idea of, and would do something about it, of Kelly and Sarah being in an unheated house under those circumstances. I would do something about it. Tassie's doing okay. She's in a little bit of a financial thing. Little financial problem. Oh, really? Dolly, are you going to be going down around there again? Yeah, well, I'm telling you, man, Detroit, it's not easy. It's either, this is how it works. You're either in the emergency room or you're not. Well, if you go down there, I don't know if you know where Kelly lives. I'll send you some money to give them. Her food or whatever the hell else they need. Yeah, it's just, there's certain. I mean, I do the same thing for Survivor Girl. Anybody, really, even somebody I don't like. I mean, I'm not going to let some personality beef get in the way of someone that's really in a jam. Yeah. Oh, really, John? Sorry about that. No, I said she looked like a hybrid between Ozzy Osbourne and a burn patient. Oh, okay. Oh, that is super sweet. Yeah, Nikki, that's anybody can find out anybody's address. It's just something that people create in their minds. There's no secret to finding anybody anywhere. An address, everybody thinks you're going to get murdered because somebody saw your address. It doesn't work that way. There's a million people that know where these people are. Oh, that sucks. It's not the breach of security you think it is. Yeah, like I said before, I mean, you got a daughter, you know what kind of business they're in. They're heroin addicts. Your health's going south. I mean, her health complications are all as a result of her chosen line of work. And, you never think tomorrow's going to come, and then all of a sudden 10 years, 15 years, 20 years get behind you, and you're in an unheated, unlit house without running water, with a daughter having breathing problems, and you have been there the whole way. It's got to do something to your mind. It's got to just make you think bad about yourself. Oh, it's only 20. Wow. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably the problem then. Yeah, I like Sherry. He's a good person. Yeah, no moisture, that's why. Yeah, people think it's a joke when the people freeze to death in the desert, but that's exactly why. No moisture. Yeah, and not to have heat. Feeling like shit. Addicted to heroin. Nothing to eat. Can't take a shower. Can't breathe. And it's 29 degrees. And that's what it's going to be, and maybe colder. It doesn't get much more fucked up than that. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely terrible, man. I mean, I don't know how, like, a reasonable person could know of this and not do something. Coco's rehab, doing fine, living with her mother and off drugs, doing great. Now, that's a 2-month-old report, and I got that from the father of her child. So I hope I think it was true at the time. He's a good guy, but I don't have any updates. No, but, Maddie and Gerald have their own channel. They were on my chat last night. We were talking for a while. They have their own channel, Maddie and Gerald Owens. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, Bree's a sweet girl. I mean, here's an example how things go. I met Kelly about the same time I met Maddie. And if you look at how Maddie's videos and interviews are perceived compared to Kelly's, look where Kelly's at now, and look where Maddie's at. And it's all boils down to attitude. It's a pain in the ass getting that stuff from churches. Well, if you're under those circumstances that I just subscribed, getting dialysis is a pain in the ass. I mean, you can't afford a cab. You don't want to, like, take your life in your own hands and get on a bus 3 hours later to go 2 miles down the road. I mean, they're probably waiting for her to get worse so they can call an ambulance. Yeah, Eliana, addiction is complex. I don't know that that's a fair way to describe it, that she doesn't want to change. It's, I don't know how much you've read about heroin addiction, and God knows what happened to Maddie before she got there. I mean, I don't know. I know what happened to Raven, and I know why she was there, and I know why she couldn't get out. And I don't know that it's been any different for Maddie, so I'm in Maddie's corner no matter what. Oh, she did tell you that. Oh, Kathy's covered now. We got her in good shape. It closed, huh? God, that's terrible. Yeah, these churches are screwed too. They're trying to do what the good Lord asked them to do. But this COVID and the health department are saying not so fast. Yeah, trauma. There's a book out there. I've got it at my house. I haven't read it. The Body Keeps Count, or The Body Keeps Score. It's about PSD, and I'm telling you, this sexual abuse at a young age, even mental abuse at a young age, it messes people up. Some people fare better than others, but Becky tell you straight out. Just left one day. Now, to a rational person in a better position, you're going to say, how could a mother leave her kids? Well, ask Becky. And in a lot of instances, children would be under better care without them, which I would have to agree with. So I hold off on villainizing anyone from leaving their kids. It doesn't sound believable, but sometimes it's the best things to do. If Maddie's going to be a working girl and an active heroin addict, probably wouldn't bode well to be around her kids. So for all we know, Maddie's in her mind, doing the right thing, which at this time I'd have to agree with. Oh yeah, Dolly does a lot of great things. Appreciate it. Yep. Yeah. Well, Sharon, you know you've got more irons in the fire than a lot of people. You know you're still an attractive woman, and that gives you a few more irons in the fire. It can go either way. You can get involved with some pervert that takes advantage of you and makes your life worse, or you can use it to get into a relationship that'll afford you a good life, to get off drugs, to feel good about yourself and escape that environment you're in. It can go either way. But if you were like old and there was no relationship interest, your deck of cards would only have like 3 or 4 cards in it. I'm sorry, but that's the way it works. Yeah, that's it, Laura. Yeah. I mean, it sucks that it's that way. Yeah, tell him I said hello. Tell him I said, how's he doing? Rodney's a hell of a good guy. It's so, I mean, anybody that knocks technology, here's a guy from California helping somebody in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, that he saw in a YouTube video. Without YouTube, none of us would be talking. These people wouldn't be helped, so hats off to YouTube. Before you rip them a new ass from having a commercial come on during a video, I think you should consider what they've done by connecting the dots in society. Marguerite was getting shot with BB guns and paintballs 5 years ago, and now she's a mini celebrity that's getting heaters, socks, food, and turkey dinners delivered, all because of social media. Otherwise, we wouldn't know each other. So I keep my mouth shut about negative things with YouTube. They piss me off, but I wouldn't even be sitting here right now without YouTube. So, and if you look at what server space costs to do this, if you had to pay for it, go look at the other platforms. It's super expensive, and the search engines aren't worth shit. Nobody watches them. So knock Google as much as you want, but we wouldn't be talking without them. And they allowed this to be started for free, which is just a mind blower. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, if we went pre-Google, Marguerite could be getting a paintball between the eyes today. Hey, I'm not kidding you though, but I mean the truth of the matter is, look, I tell you all the time, if I pull somebody out of a burning car, I'll take credit for it. If I save somebody by getting taken out by a mall shooter, I would brag about it till the day I died. But it's the interviews that make the channel fly. Other than that, it's just a guy with a camera. That's the God's honest truth. I'm lucky I can go out and like do this. But, you know, here's a proof of it all. Look at all these videos I do on like Muncie, Cynthiana, Lexington. Nobody gives a shit about that. I spend a lot of time on that because I enjoy doing it. And if that was only what my channel was about, we wouldn't be talking. The truth of the matter is, it's the subject matter on the interviews that brings this whole thing together, and without it I would have like a dead channel. Like, I wouldn't have chats. No one would come on and talk about railroad cars in New Haven, Indiana. Nobody gives a shit. Daisy's cute, they like her, but it's not going to drive a channel. So without the people that I've interviewed, like Sharon and Maddie and Tassie and everybody else, my channel would be like nothing. It'd be zero. Yeah, people ask me that a lot. Well, I've always kind of been this way. I mean, my whole life, even as a kid, I was hanging out with adults, and I like just talking to people. I don't like hanging around with people, and I don't like socializing, but I like spontaneous introductions, whether it's standing in the line for a King Gyro, uh, at a gas station, a homeless guy that didn't want to be on camera but needed the $10 that was lonely. It really excites me to I like spontaneity. Believe me, I wish it was with two blonde-haired, blue-eyed, big-boobed Swedish girls that I'd meet at a bar, but it just never works out that way. But I like unplanned things. And I would be down in Detroit doing photos of the things I do, buildings and ducks and whatever else crosses my path. And I noticed how kind the working girls were to stray cats and birds. Here they be out, giving 10 blowjobs a day and feeling like shit and not happy with themselves, but yet they take the time and risking their lives and living in bandos, but they'd have the wherewithal and the kindness to feed stray cats and buy bread for birds in the winter. And I just really that's my kind of person. So I never really thought bad of them or anything like that. I just thought, and you can get nailed. Even a guy like me that has a channel, I could get nailed any day for associating with a known prostitute. So I was always thinking about that a little bit. There's nothing worse than getting nailed for soliciting a prostitute when all you were doing was asking her how her day is. Now, maybe I would prevail in court, maybe I wouldn't. $8,000 later, 2 years later, get my van on a hock and a judge believes me. Well, I'd rather skip all that. But standing in line at the time, when I first started doing that, I would get the Free Press and the News and coffee, and I'd go down by the river and read it. And I would run into Angel a lot. That was before they tore that party store down in front of the Campbell building. And I thought one day, you know what, I'm going to talk to her. And then I met Penny, and I thought, this is really interesting, man. This is fun. I like doing this. I mean, there was no thought of ever, if you'd have told me you'd have bought me a tank of gas back then, I wouldn't have believed it. So that's how I started. And then the more I got to know him, the more I liked him, and the more I understood drug addiction and prostitution, the more I wanted to help him. And before you know it, it just kind of morphed into people wanting to send things, and I got lucky. Yeah, that Detroit police thing, I'm telling you, that's a mixed bag down there, man. It's a strange deal. When you see the police around, you should feel happy and safe. And down there, I mean, all you got to do is read the articles. I really couldn't tell you one way or the other with the police down there. It's just I don't know how to feel about that down there, but it's just strange. Yeah, I like birds. Yeah. Yeah, better. Yeah. Well, let's say, this is how I describe it to people. If I was in Birmingham and a cop pulled over and said, why are you soliciting women? I'd tell him to get the fuck out of there, and I'd call Jeffrey Feiger. If a cop comes up to me in Detroit and says, why are you soliciting her? I would apologize and say, sir, as many times as I could, and ask and explain that I wasn't soliciting and that it was my mistake and I will never come back here again. No, I never get scared, no. No, I probably should. Bye, BJ. Hey, air cold. No, God did it? Yeah, okay. Maybe he did. Yeah, Michigan, yep. Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's a pretty established uh, scenarios of what goes on down there. It's not like a normal place. Yeah. Just partying. It's warming up a little bit. Not too much though, because that snow's still stuck to the telephone pole. Oh, they scan mine, that's for sure. They can go ahead and scan it. I don't care. I'll block them off it. Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here and go have a potbelly sub, you guys. Another busy day. So I will get on later for sure. It's not a good photo day. That's what I'll do, Dan. But when they want to prosecute you, I know how this works, man, because I know the inside scoop to a lot of this. And if a prosecutor wants to nail you, he's going to go on there and he's going to say, this guy's full of shit. We've had phone calls that he's sleeping with these girls. He's an old pervert. He's just a lonely old man. And yeah, he does. He goes out and he interviews girls and he brings them clothes, but he's also having sex with them. He's a big pervert. He talks about watching Pornhub all the time. I've got a copy of his video where he said he watched Pornhub last night for 2 hours. He hasn't lived with his wife in over 20 years. He's always talking about blonde-haired, blue-eyed, big-titted Swedish girls and threesomes. Yeah, he does do interviews, but he's also a pervert, and we asked the court to find him guilty for solicitation. He uses this dog as a distraction. He drives this old van to try to get people to feel sorry for him. He's just a loser as a private detective. He said here about 6 months ago that he hasn't done a private detective job in 10 years. And that's because people know he's just a big loser. He's been in a couple mental institutions. And he's obsessed with buying books off eBay. And we asked the court to find this kook guilty and finally hold him responsible to society for being the fraud that he is. That would be the opening statement of the prosecutor. Goodbye, Faye. No, that's exactly how it goes. And then I'd get my Jewish lawyer that I had to give $7,500 to, even though it's a misdemeanor. And he'd go on there and say, this is just a big bunch of bullshit. He's not a pervert. He does watch Pornhub, which, ladies and gentlemen, is not illegal. And he does talk about blue-eyed, blonde-haired, big-boobed Swedish girls. What male that's straight doesn't? And he does have a dog, but it's not a distraction. It's a rescue that he takes good care of. And he does drive an old van, which has absolutely nothing to do with this. And here are 567 videos of him handing out food, clothes, money, and get well wishes to struggling, drug-addicted prostitutes. This guy is a benefit to society. The police don't have any tape-recorded evidence of him ever soliciting anybody for anything. This is a bunch of conjured-up bullshit stalking by law enforcement that don't know what they're doing, and I ask you to find him not guilty. This is what gets presented to a jury. Oh, that's okay, R&R. No, that's how it goes. This is how it gets pitched to a jury. And this is why people end up pleading guilty to stuff they didn't do. Because the prosecutor says, well, how about this? I'll offer you a civil infraction, hanging around a known house of prostitution. It's like, I'm not pleading guilty to that bullshit. And your lawyer's telling you, well, you never know how these juries, I mean, you do look like a pervert. You do talk about porn. And you do say you watch Pornhub, so this is not boding well. So I recommend you plead guilty. This is how it goes, people. Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. And then the prosecutor comes on. It's like, we've had credible sources from Prince Edward Island, just a nice older woman that values integrity and honesty. And she said she's watched Tom for years and he's a pervert. And we've got a lady from Flint, a single parent, that says Tom is a serial killer. No, they'll use anything they can to manipulate and turn around to try and get you nailed. And my lawyer would say that is not a single parent with good intentions. That's Roy Orbison. I mean, she's going to need to put a bag over her head, Jerome. Oh, there is, huh? No, I haven't gotten any legal issues. Nope, not yet. I've been in them, but not lately. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Yep. Okay, guys, well, you have a good day. I'm gonna go attack this roast beef sub. No, you're not gonna need to wonder what it's gonna look like, because I'm gonna make a video of it. I'm gonna go get a roast beef sub. Yeah, pot bellies. Bye, Penny. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, thank you, Gwen. Sure will. Yep. You too, Nikki. Bye, Mary. Read that book on the Native American girl, the photo thing. You got no excuses. Yeah, thank you, Alana. All right, Bertha. Yep, take you later. Yep, see you guys. Party on. Daisy, we're going to party on, hon. You're going to get a piece of